Hello students, today I'll start with your poetry section. The poem's name is John Brown and it's written by Bob Dylan. So this is a poem, John Brown, which is prescribed in your textbook Ecos, and I'll be starting with this poem. So this poem is a conversation between a son and a mother. John Brown is a son whose mother always wanted him that he should go and fight a war, as according to her it's a quite old fashioned thing, and she wanted that her son should go and fight and come back with many medals so that she can decorate her walls with those medals. In fact, it was her wish that if her son would go and fight war and come back, then it will be a matter of pride and glory for their family. So, we'll get to see how John Brown goes to war and what happens to him thereafter. So, we'll start with the stanza 1. John Brown went off to war to fight on a foreign shore. His mamma sure was proud of him. He stood straight and tall in his uniform and all. His mamma's face broke out all in a grin. So here we see that John Brown, as per his mother's wish, went off to fight a war in some foreign country, and his mother was very proud of him. He was standing straight in his uniform and he was looking quite handsome. His mother admired her son that you are looking quite handsome in this uniform, holding a gun and all, and his mother's face was all brightened up with a white smile. So, in this stanza, we see that John Brown is going to fight a war in some foreign country and he's standing in front of his mother in a uniform, holding his gun and other accessories. His mother is feeling proud of him and is admiring him that he is looking very handsome in his uniform. And with that happiness, her face is lightened up with a bright smile. Stanza 2. Oh son, you look so fine. I'm glad you are a son of mine. You make me proud to know you hold a gun. Do what the captain says. Lots of medals you will get, and we will put them on the wall when you come home. So here, after seeing her son in the uniform, she is admiring him and saying that, oh my darling son, you are looking so handsome in your uniform, and I'm very happy that you are my son. I'm very proud that I'm having a son like you who's making me proud of yours, who's making me so much proud. I'm so happy to see you in this attire. You make me proud to know you hold a gun. By holding a gun, it suggests that he is now showing that he will be protecting the country from the enemies, and it's an honor for his mother to know that her son is going to fight a war in the foreign country where he will be fighting with the enemies and will protect his country from the dangers. Do what the captain says, lots of medals you will get. She advised her son that whatever your captain says, you should obey him, as it will help you to win lots of medals. And when you will come back home, we will be decorating those medals on the wall so that anyone who comes to our place will be able to see how bravely you have fought in the war. It will be a matter of glory and pride for our family. So here we see that when he is standing in front of his mother in his uniform, she is admiring him and she is advising him that when you go there to fight a war, you will have your captain and always obey your captain, as it will help you to win lots of medals, which I will be decorating in the walls when you will be back. Stanza 3. As that old train pulled out, John's ma began to shout, telling everyone in the neighborhood, "That's my son that's about to go. He's a soldier now." She made well sure her neighbors understood. So, as the train took John Brown away from the mother, as he was going to fight a war in some foreign country, she is telling everyone in the neighborhood that, see, he is my son, he is going to fight a war. She is trying to make every neighbor of hers understand that, yes, he is my son, he is the one who is in his uniform holding a gun, he is my son, and he is going to fight a war. He is boasting about, he is bragging about her son's achievements in her neighborhood. Stanza 4. She got a letter once in a while, and her face broke into a smile as she showed them to the people from next door, and she bragged about her son with his uniform and gun, and these things you called a good old fashioned war. Oh, good old fashioned war. So, after her son went to fight a war in some foreign countries, they were in touch through letters. His son used to write letters to her telling about telling about the place where he was and about everything that happened there. So whenever she received a letter, she made sure that she went to her neighbors in order to show them the letter, and then she used to tell people about his son's achievements. She used to brag about her son, that my son is a soldier, he's fighting a war, and that I have received a letter. She used to boast about her son whenever she received a letter. It was a very routine work of hers. Whenever she received a letter, she used to show it to her neighbors, telling them about her son's achievements. Here the poet says that, and these things you called a good old fashioned war. Oh, good old fashioned war. Poet says that war can never be good. No matter how the war is, it can never be good, because it always leads in number of casualties, destruction, and many innocent lives are taken away. So it's not a quite fashion thing, rather it's a very destructive thing, which takes away all the peace from that particular place where the war is fought.